Hello everyone, it's Lori here and welcome to 2024 and the Pollinator Garden Beds. For those of you that are new here, my name is Lori and I garden in upstate New York in Zone 5A. And my gardens are full of pollinator flowers and native plants in order to help pollinators and bring in the bees and the butterflies. Here are my grape hyacinths. These are a little past their prime. Things bloomed before I actually got a chance to come out and do some filming. You know how busy spring can get sometimes. I do have a few tulips and lots of lily of the valley. These are pretty aggressive and I actually do need to thin these out. They're starting to crowd out my rhododendrons, and so I'm gonna have to take some time this year and really get these thinned out. As you can see, as lovely as they smell, they crowd everything else out. And here's some lilies. The red lily beetles are here already, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm ready to just rip them out of the ground and not try to grow them. I can't keep up with spraying them with neem oil. They keep coming too fast and furious, and they keep eating all my lilies. Over in this bed is one of my spring favorites. This is Silene. These plants are 2 years old now, and they just started blooming right away. In April, I think they started blooming. Lovely pink flowers. And they will bloom profusely for about 2 months. In fact, my neighbor was wanting to know more about the plants so that she could get some for herself. And lots of violets. I just let the violets grow wherever they pop up, which is pretty much everywhere. I haven't done much cleaning up of the garden beds yet. I'm just getting started with it, leaving the leaves for a long time to let pollinators wake up that were overwintering in all of the leaves. And then here I have Deer Villa, which is starting to put out lots of offshoots, so those will need to be cleaned up. And I'm putting in a spice bush in the back there too. Over here on the side is a project I've been wanting to do for a while. This is in between my neighbor's house and the neighbor's, and it's just full of those orange old-fashioned daylilies, which are not native. So I've been wanting to take them out. You can see right here, this is the kind of the dividing line between our properties. There used to be a fence here before we moved in. So we're not really sure if the daylilies have creeped over from my neighbors or from our property. But you can see where I've started digging them up, right up to where the fence line was. It's going to be a lot of work doing this. And of course, as soon as I do that, lily of the valley start popping up. And in the back, the bird feeder bed, which is just starting to come to life. I did notice I had some snapdragons overwintered in all the leaf cover. I have pulled all the leaves out of this bed, but these were all covered with leaves and they've overwintered. Those are the 20 bronze snapdragons, which I loved so much last year. And in here I have some turtle head and some cardinal flowers and some hairy beard tongue. And also some centaurea, amethyst, and snow. There's going to be more annuals put in this bed, or possibly some spotted bee balm. Back there are my milk jugs with my winter sowing. And here's one of the shade beds. It has more sun now because the tree isn't fully leafed out yet. But this is my Solomon seal, doing really well. This one I started with, I believe it was 3 plants, and it has slowly filled in and filled in and filled in. You can see how I have lots of it now. And my beautiful bleeding heart. I love this flower. It just amazes me that a flower can look like this. It's so beautiful. It's always nice to see this pop of pink in the spring. And then over to the right of that a little bit are some more shade beauties. I have There's some astilbe in here. There's goat's beard, and then I have some cohosh in there, some blue and black cohosh. I've got these sticks there. They're sort of trying to mark where the cohosh is so I don't step on it or walk on it. There's the monk's hood right there. I do have some wild geraniums in here as well. And there's the blue cohosh. Ignore the tag from the azaleas, which are going to be coming out. They just, they don't do very well in this spot. I've tried 3 times. There's some monk's hood right there. And on the other side of that is the black cohosh. I also have a spice bush back here, which survived the winter, so I'm pretty excited about that. And the goat's beard. I have one plant, I planted it last year, did really well, and so I bought 3 more bare root plants where those sticks are, marking where I planted them again so I don't step on them. And this is our crabapple. It's a non-fruiting crabapple. We used to think it was a cherry tree or crabapple. We didn't know which, but I'm pretty sure it's crabapple. It just doesn't bear any fruit. But the bees love it. In this bed, I have lots and lots of forget-me-nots. The bees and all the pollinators really love these. I don't plant any of these. They just show up wherever and they reseed very freely. In fact, my neighbors asked for some and I gave them some last year, but for some reason they didn't take for them. But I thought, just ask for more because I have plenty. I'm still working on cleaning up this bed. This path through here is covered with a lot of debris, so that needs some cleaning out. And I put a plum tree in the back corner, and in digging that hole, I also dug up a lot of rocks. These are around the perimeter of our property. They're quite heavy and large, and every time I dig around the edges, I end up pulling these rocks up. Still a lot of cleanup to go on this one. And here is part of the pollinator bed with some daffodils. I did plant some daffodil bulbs. They're not native, but I like the color in the spring. It was just kind of a variety pack. Now this bed I have not cleaned up at all at this point. Has lots of leaf debris left in it still. And this is all just showing you how it is, keeping it real. It's quite messy. And just behind me is my Fothergilla bush. This is about 8 years old now, and it was eaten by rabbits every year, down to little nubs, no matter what I put around it as a cage. And this is the first year it's bloomed, and I'm so thrilled. It's so pretty. It looks a little tall, tall and skinny because it's been eaten so much. So we'll see. Maybe it'll end up being a tree form. Over here is some lunaria, or a money plant. It's not native, but it's a pollinator favorite. I started these from seed last year, and they're a true biennial. So I had the basil plants last year, and this year it bloomed like crazy. These are a little taller than I thought they were going to be. I probably would have put them a little further back, and I suppose if they're biennial, I can move them for next year. But it has a nice mix of the white and the purple-pink flowers. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be all white, but a nice mix of colors. Now the seed heads on these look like little coins, and so that'll be a reason why it's called the money plant. So I'll be excited to see those. And now here's the garden bed, a little cleaned up and all ready for exciting adventures in 2024. I hope you follow along, and I'll see you next time. Bye.